bridges are broken, and I don't know what I'll find, but I'm not sure it matters anymore. 'Cause what it was is gone forever. What it could be, God only knows. And what it is right here in front of me. And I'm not letting go. The highway's all empty, and the canyon walls too steep to stay here for the breaking of the day. And the future holds a promise that it doesn't have to keep. Who said it needs keeping anyway? 'Cause what it was is gone forever. What it could be, God only knows. And what it is right here in front of me. And I'm not letting go. I can hear the laughing as I try to make my plans and stand here like a fool out on the sea. And every wave that crashes down will rearrange the sands and wash away the road in front of me. But what it was is gone forever. What it could be, God only knows. What it is here in front of me. And I'm not letting go. What it is right here in front of me. And I'm not letting go. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 40 of Alone Together Tuesdays. It's great to have you here. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Carll, that is Adam Landry, and 40 weeks we've been at this. I can't believe it.
The big 4-0.
Yeah. All right, well, we got some cool stuff lined up. I got a bunch of my own songs. I got a couple covers that I want to play for you. Got 2 magic tricks. Got a sweet new postcard. I'm going to go ahead and show you all that. We're going to start the show off with this week's postcard. That's right. For all you tennis fans out there, for those of y'all that don't recognize Andre Agassi, you may just think that's just a sweet haircut and a great chest of hair chest. But anyway, tennis icon. And so if you contribute to the show, I like to show my thanks by sending postcards, and that's this week's postcard. Alright, we'll talk more about other stuff later, but for now, let's just play some music. We did a show the other night and the technical issues were a problem, and this first song kind of got lost in that, so we're going to try it again. This is called Little Rock. Well, I wake up in the morning, long and lean, stopping at the corner, cigarettes and gasoline, pulling down Main Street, shifting through the gears, rolling up that highway they've been working on for years. One eye on the sunrise, one eye on the clock. Come tomorrow morning, Lord, I'm gonna make it down a little rock. Search through LA County, the valleys and the stars, Del Rio to the bow, all them honky-tonks and bars. I felt you in Seattle, driving through the rain, ran through New York City just a calling out your name. After all these years of searching, I finally found my spot. One way or another, Lord, I'm gonna make it down a little rock. And all my life I tried to find a piece of this earth for my peace of mind. All these years of searching let my troubles disappear. I maybe found a place where we could sit and drink a beer. I'll go back in 7 hours, put up on the shelf, singing to the radio and talking to myself, screaming through the forest, magic on my soul, 90 miles an hour on a cruise control. I'm blowing by the truckers, the grandmas and the cops. What's your worry, son? Well, it's just that I'm on my way to Little Rock. Hey! Every night and every day, tell all your other lovers, forget about the past, ain't even gonna worry, cause this time it's gonna last. I'm coming round the corner, ain't even gonna knock. Hey, pretty baby, here comes your daddy down a little rock. Hey, little rock. Yes, sir. All right, welcome in, everybody. I already said this, but episode 40 of Alone Together Tuesday. It's unbelievable to me.
40.
That number just keeps getting up there. And, yeah, but we're going pretty strong, I think. Yeah. So, I've got some news to share with you and some stories to tell, but... let me play another song or two and get my bearings, and then I can start talking your ear off like I normally do. Let's do this here. Oh, wow. It looks like it's time for a new harmonica. If someone could please tip $47. These are expensive. Well, let's see if we can make do. I remember one time I did a show in Fort Worth, and after the show I went and signed stuff, and this guy is in line, and he brings my harmonica up to the autograph line to get me to sign it. He had taken it off the stage. I left it there, and he took it off the stage. He was like, "Will you sign this? That's like $80 worth of gear, and it's mine." What? He's like, "Yeah, will you sign it?" I said, "No, I want it back."
That's good. That's a real good story.
Let's see here. This is I don't know what it is. I haven't decided which song I'm going to play yet. What's this here? This is the wrong key. I think that's the problem. This is the wrong harp. Yeah, that explains it. Alright, well, here we go. Never mind, I don't need a new harmonica. Well, we'll see. Alright. Arkansas, my head hurts. Yeah, I'd love to stick around and maybe make it worse. But I got a girl out in Henrietta, and her love is like tornado weather. And it's girls like her, they keep me trying. She goes off like an air raid siren. Come in clean, leave torn apart, with a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a Indian summer, Oklahoma sunset. Hey, if there's a nicer place, I haven't been there yet. I'm standing outside of the blue door. I'm too tired for sleep, I'm too drunk for more. It's nights like these, they keep me trying. A woman always knows when a man is lying. It ain't me, I'm just playing a part, with a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a I'm gonna get old before I'm any good at this. Who's the president and what year is this? Ah, doesn't anybody speak about truth anymore? Maybe that's what songs are for. I'm on fire. In this line of work, no one retires. Come in clean, leave torn apart, with a bad liver and a broken heart. 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 All right. So I just saw Fiona Campbell on here. I went to high school with a Fiona Campbell. I don't know if that's the same one, but if it is, hello, Fiona. All right, everybody. That's Adam Landry back there, and that was a Scott Nolan song. And yeah, I'm gonna pop open my flavored water. And we'll try this. Adam, I think in the key of E. And everybody, if you can, if you share the show or like it on YouTube, follow me on YouTube. We're giving away a bunch of vinyl tonight and some DPS journals and different things. So please share the show right now. Let's get some folks in here and have a good time. I lit up from Reno, I was trailed by 20 hounds. I didn't get to sleep last night till the morning came around. I set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. I ran into the devil, baby, lonely 20 bills. Spent the night in Utah in a cave up in the hills. I set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. I got 2 reasons why I cry away each lonely night. The first one's named Sweet Anne Marie, she my heart's delight. The second one is prison baby, chef's on my trail. And if he catches up with me, I'll spend my life in jail. I went to live, but the devil called me there. He took my $20 bill and it vanished in the air. Yeah, I set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. Chino, babe, and one in Cherokee. The first one says she got my child, but it don't look like me. Yeah, I set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. I got 2 reasons why I cry away each lonely night. First one's named Sweet Anne Marie, and she my heart's delight. The second one is prison baby, sheriff's on my trail. And if he catches up with me, I'll spend my life in jail. I got a wife and she no babe, one in Cherokee. The first one says she got my child, but it don't look like me. I set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. We didn't really work on the ending, but we eased it into the station.
I don't think the Dead worked on it either.
Yeah, they probably didn't. They probably just rolled with it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Okay. I'm just kind of winging it here. I got a bunch of songs I was thinking about playing, so some of them I know the words. Some of them I'm just going to hope for the best. This is one of those. Let's see. a ballroom in Toledo, across from the depot. On a bar stool she took off her ring. I thought I'd get closer, so I walked on over. I sat down and I asked her name. When the drinks finally hit her, she said, I'm no quitter, but I finally quit living on dreams. I'm hungry for laughter and here ever after. I'm after whatever the other life brings. In the mirror I saw him, and I closely watched him. I thought how he looked out of place. He came to a woman who sat there beside me. He had a strange look on his face. The big hands were calloused. He looked like a mountain. For a minute I thought I was dead. But he started shaking, his big heart was breaking. He turned to the woman and said, you picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time you're hurting, won't you? You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. I would modulate it, but I'm not sure my voice can get there. After he left us, we ordered more whiskey. I thought how she'd made him look small. From the lights of the barroom to a rented hotel room, we walked without talking at all. She was a beauty, but when she came to me, she must have thought I'd lost my mind. I couldn't hold her, 'cause the words that he told her kept coming back time after time. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time you're hurting, won't you? You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time you're hurting, won't you? You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. 400 children. Can you believe it? What a terrible person. They're both terrible people. One, to impregnate anyone 400 times is just cruel. That's not what you do to somebody you love. Somebody you're attracted to, maybe, but not somebody you love. And then to leave that person with the 400 children, I mean, that's breaks my heart. That was a good one. As I've told y'all many times, that Kenny Rogers tape was the first tape I ever owned, and so I grew up listening to that stuff, and it got me fired up. Still does. Still does. Oh, such good songs. Oh, all right. Okay, I'm gonna do a song here that I wrote with Brandy Clark. I think I know the lyrics, but just to be sure, I might be a good idea if I. There we go. If I have them up here. Can y'all hear okay? Is everything all right? Let me know. Make sure everything's going good. I can't relax until I know that things are not terrible. I had, speaking of Kenny Rogers, I had, it's been a rough couple months. I've had two aunts pass away. My Aunt Darlene passed away last month. And this week, my Aunt Betty passed away. They each were married to my mom's brothers, my uncles on my mom's side. And so we miss Betty. And Ted, was her husband, was a guitar player and singer. And he claimed that he knew that he played in garage bands with Kenny Rogers in Houston when he was coming up in high school, and Mickey Newberry. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's my connection. I like to pretend that it is. And I lost a friend this week as well to COVID. A gentleman named Dale Erlinson, who was the husband of my high school drama teacher, Sandy Erlinson. Who is, you have in life, you have those people that put you on a track or turn on a light for you that just lets you see that the world is bigger than where you're at, and that you're capable of more than what you knew you were. And in high school, I struggled to fit in and to find my place and the things that I was connected to. And I found the drama department. I mean, I played sports and did all that and had a good time doing it, but it wasn't until I got into theater that I really felt at home. And Sandy Erlinson ran or Mrs. E, as we called her, ran the theater department. And just provided a home for me and all the other misfits that got in there and just wanted to have a community and be on stage and perform and discover art and explore that. And so I did that for 4 years, and it changed my life. Anyway, Dale was a big part of that, her husband, and from what I understand, they both got COVID this week, and Dale passed away. So he was a wonderful guy, and so sending love out to Dale and to Mrs. E and Lyra and the whole family. So anyway, it has nothing to do with this song, but I just wanted to get that out there. The good times we've had, the smiles and the laughs, are the pictures that fill up these frames. Cover the walls and hang in the halls of the home that not shares both our names. And most times, the good times are the times that we're in, and even the tough times we walk through again. But in the meantime, holler and scream to crush all your dreams down. We can't hardly breathe time when faith gets forgotten and hope falls behind. Love that we've had turns bitter and bad. In the meantime, struggles like all people do. Held on at the seams to our impossible dreams, and mostly they're still coming true. In yesterday's end, we were still friends, and tomorrow might find us right back there again. But in the meantime, holler and scream time, the crush all your dreams time, the can't hardly breathe time, where faith gets forgotten and hope falls behind. The love that we've had turns bitter and bad. In the meantime, Lord, help us outrun all the damage we've done. In the meantime, in the meantime. All right. Again, that's one I wrote Brandy Clark, and if you want to hear that song, it's not out anywhere currently, except on Patreon, and so you can sign up to be a patron, and you can hear that and 23 other unreleased recordings. And that particular one, Adam Landry here produced the Patreon recording of. So I think he did a killer job. So if you want to check that out. All right, let's see. We have a winner. The first winner of a what it is, either vinyl or CD, whatever you prefer, is David Shad. David, congratulations. Thank you for sharing the show and for supporting us here. And if you will give Callan your information. Callan is our person. She does it all. It's just the two of us, me and Callan, and she's on her computer at her house, and she kind of helps make sure everything's working all right, and really helps me keep this whole thing together. I haven't had a manager since June, so just kind of doing it on our own, and but it's been a lot of fun. But I couldn't do it without her. So give her your info, and we will get that to let her know if you want a record or a CD, and we'll get it sent out to you. And we got a couple more to give away, and while I'm at it, I've got these Drunken Poets Society notebooks that I'll give away too. I'll give away a couple of those. So just share the show, let people know we're here and having a good time, and I will reward you for it. It reminds me of like. I guess it's not the same thing, but for a brief time I was a door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesman. And
Kirby?
Yeah.
That was my dad's first job.
Oh, really? Kirby vacuum cleaners? Yeah. Kirby vacuums. They really suck.
My dad's gonna love hearing that.
So yeah, I moved to Austin in 2000 for a minute. I lived in Austin for 12 years, but that was my second time around. The first time around, I only lasted 6 months. It didn't go great. I stayed on a buddy's couch for that entire time. And I couldn't get a gig anywhere. And so I was a waiter at Red Lobster, and I sold vacuum cleaners door to door. And the way that we would get into people's houses with this vacuum cleaner, this like $3,000 vacuum cleaner, was we would call them up and say, "You've won a free cleaning. Let us come into your home, and I'll give you the free cleaning. The only catch is you got to watch my presentation on how amazing this vacuum cleaner is. It has a Porsche transmission, and it'll clean your computer and cure your allergies, and entertain your kids, and clean your car and take care of the driveway and cure cancer. It was amazing. Like all this stuff, and what's that? You're using this piece of crap vacuum cleaner? I'm gonna take $500 off. I'm gonna buy that vacuum cleaner from you for $500. Now this Kirby's only $2,500, and you don't have to mess with this junky vacuum. It was, all the things. I never actually sold any, but I watched enough. I was around long enough to like get the shtick down, and it stuck with me. I just saw a comment here. Jeff Miller says, "I sold them too." Well, one to my parents.
That's amazing.
That's wonderful. I remember when I applied for the job, I don't think this has anything to do with any particular song, but we'll see if I can tie it in somehow to something. But I remember when I applied for the job, the guy was, who hired me, I'd never been a salesman before. I'd been a waiter. I'd done a bunch of different things. I had a lot of different weird jobs. But the guy who hired me was like quizzing me to see how quick I was on my feet. And it turns out I was not at all quick. And he would say, "What's your favorite book?" I'd be like, "Well, it's too slow." "What's your favorite movie?" It's too slow. Y'all probably noticed, if you've been watching me for any length of time, that it takes me a long time to say what I'm trying to say.
That's really funny.
I work my way around things. I really don't get directly to the point. So, yeah, I was really not cut out for vacuum cleaner salesman. Because I would go into these people's houses and I'd be like, "You can't afford this." Because I watched the people who were good at it. I had to go train. And there were the people that trained me that, like, you'd walk in and the woman would say, "I have every penny counted out. Like, I don't have anything to spare. I'm just going to humor you so I can get this free cleaning, but I'm not buying your vacuum cleaner." And within 30 minutes, like, some of these people were so good, these salesmen, that the client would, the customer would be on the phone, like, calling relatives, asking for loans and stuff. And my thing was like, no, you don't need this vacuum cleaner. Don't do that. You need that money. Don't take a loan from your brother-in-law. I don't know. Anyway, I can't remember where I was going. Oh, yeah.
If it's any consolation, my mom still has the Kirby vacuum from like 1977, and it works great.
I don't know if y'all can hear that, but Adam is giving a testimonial saying that his mother has a vacuum cleaner, a Kirby vacuum cleaner from 1977, and that it still works great.
Still works great. They've replaced some belts and stuff. This thing looks like a Cadillac. Just like solid metal, heavy.
This guy. This is pretty sneaky, Landry.
I am not.
Full disclosure, though.
I am not.
How have you been making money during the pandemic?
I've been selling vacuum cleaners online.
Can't do it door to door, so hustled the spot on the show so you could drop that in there.
Let's use camera trickery on my Zoom sales call.
Let's see. I wish I'd written down what key I was going to play this in. You know what? Let's do. We'll do this E flat.
All right.
For all you guitar pickers back at home.
E flat.
Yeah. Where there's a cloud don't mean there's rain. Tears in my eyes don't mean there's pain. Don't flatter yourself. I'm over you. Things ain't always what they seem. You can't believe everything you read on that face. I'm over you. Yeah, you heard I'm drinking more than I should, and I ain't been looking in all that good. Someone told you I was taking it rough. Why am I making those stories up? Oh yeah, Keith
Oh, yeah.
Whitley. Nice. Nice. All right, let's see. Let's do one more song and then have a little magic, and then we'll have some story time, and we'll keep it coming. And we got more winners. Let's see if we got another winner coming up in just a minute. But thank you everybody for sharing the show. Wow, y'all are being very generous. Deidre, that's amazing. Thank you. Okay, let's try this if I can remember the key. It was a dagger store. Okay, so this is a Sam Baker song. I love Sam so much. I don't know if y'all know him, but if you don't, check him out. And yeah, I'll talk more about him in a minute. Let's see if I can get through this. I've never played this, I don't think. E flat again, my favorite key. There was a dragon store, a flower shop, a barber with no nose, one alcoholic cop, a beauty parlor where they'd sit in chrome chairs, smells like they burned some poor lady's hair. There were toys in the window of the 5 and dime, a little girl staring, a little boy's whine. Hit the toys in the window of the 5 and dime. Things change, they change a lot, things change. They blow cold, they blow hot, and if looking back is all you got, it doesn't matter anyway. I know same little girls go to work in those stores, and those same little boys, they went away to wars. And when they came home, all the jobs had gone away, back to the places that they fought so far away. Things change, they change a lot, things change. They blow cold, they blow hot, and if looking back is all you got, it doesn't matter anyway. Store, a flower shop, a barber with no nose, there was one drunk cop, a beauty parlor where they sit in chrome chairs, they'd hide beneath the dryers, they just sit there. Our things change, they change a lot, things change. They blow cold, they blow hot, and if looking back is all you got, it doesn't matter anyway. La, la, da, da. Then looking back is all you got, it doesn't matter anyway. Things change, they change a lot, things change. They blow cold, they blow hot, and if looking back is all you got, it doesn't matter anyway. All right, that's fun.
I like
Great
that.
Sam Baker, yeah. All right, let's see. Winner number 2 of a What It Is vinyl or CD, if you prefer, is How We Done. How We Done. That's a cool name. That sounds like you're a famous musician, like as a great bass player for somebody.
How we done?
Oh, How We Done. He plays with Willie.
Yeah. It's a great name.
It is. Howie, congratulations, my friend. Thank you very much for sharing the show and getting folks in here and just being here yourself. It means a whole lot. So, And I should point out, not only do we have the Andre Agassi postcard that I send out as a thank you to, sorry, I just gotta leave that up for a minute, as a thank you to everybody that supports the show. But if you, and that's for any amount, but if you contribute $30 or more, I will make a set list of tonight's show, and I'll sign it and send it. And if you want any of past set lists or past postcards, of which there's like 20 now, you can just go to my website, and I think we have most of them up there. So that's that. All right, let's see. What else? Where did my set list go? I can call it a set list, but it's a list of songs that I was thinking about playing. Come on, Hayes. You know what? I'm going to show a magic trick while I'm looking for that. So my son Eli is a magician, and this week he has sent us 2 videos. This one is, I had some criticisms for him, but he didn't listen to me, so I'll see what y'all think. Here we go. What do y'all think? I thought it was good. My criticism to him was the whole trick is like the quarter goes through the cup, and then he should have shown the cup beforehand. He should have shown like the bottom, so you know there's not a hole in it. But that's just me nitpicking. Boy, this postcard is getting a lot of criticism. It's controversial. Controversial. Let's look at it again. Hey, I'm Andre Agassi. I'm real good at tennis. And I'm a cool guy. I used to do commercials for cameras. I was a bad boy. There's my forehand, and there's my backhand. Bap, 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 bap. Sorry. All right, well, let's see. I'm going to do a song here that I wrote with my old buddy, John Evans. We used to have a band called the Ego Brothers. I guess we still do have a band called the Ego Brothers. I've told y'all about it before, but the premise of the band is that we write only songs about how wonderful we are. And I'm Barry Ego. He's Clive with 2 V's, Ego. And we wrote one song, but that song is so good that we just kind of figured we didn't really need any more songs. But we had some titles just in case. We had One Night with Me. We had Something Smells Good in Here. It Must Be Me. Thank you, Adam. I haven't had an audience in a long time. So. We got, I autographed my own guitar. You can appreciate that one.
Big time.
Yeah. We have The Luckiest Mirror in the World. Because, what else? We got, Hey Girl, My Eyes Are Up Here. And so you get the idea. And then we invited our Canadian buddy, Cor Blonde, to join us, to be in the band. We thought we could use some international appeal. And he paid immediate dividends because he wrote a second song. I'll play just a little bit of it for you. I don't want to give it away because one day we're going to put out a record. But it goes like this. It goes, I wonder what all the ugly people are doing tonight. God, I worry so. Can you give me a little just emotional?
Absolutely.
God, I worry so. Yes, I wonder what all the ugly people are doing tonight. I guess we'll never know. So, yeah, that's that. We'll do our one song here that John and I wrote. This is, I forgot, there's another song called Sextet. It's about 3 couples. There's one I'm forgetting. Anyway, but we'll do our one song here. So this is the key of A. And when we came up with this, like I said, it was only one song, and John said, hey, we don't need 10 songs to make a record. This one song is so good, we'll just do it in 10 different languages. This is English. Well, when my mama had me, she should have had 2 or 3. Oh, I can't help what all them women keep saying about me. They wanna parade me all over town. Well, when I pick one up, I let another one down. There ain't enough for me to go around. Now the way I'm looking, you know you'll have to wait your turn. You ain't the only girl that knows I got sugar to burn. They can't believe it, just what they find. They take a one good look and then their britches fall down. There ain't enough for me to go around. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Johnson, but I already got plans at 10. But you can call my secretary and maybe we can squeeze you in. Oh, and I take you a picture and hang it right over your bed. If you can't love me, you can love my picture instead. They wanna just chase, dog, and run me around. I ought to do them all a favor, just sell me by the pound. There ain't enough for me to go around. Alright. Thank you. One more. Well, when my mama had me, she should have had 2 or 3. Yes, she should have. Yes, she should have. I can't help what all them women keep saying about me. What all them women keep saying about me. They wanna parade me all over town. Well, when I pick one up, I let another one down. There ain't enough for me to go around. I said there ain't enough for me to go around. Pretty good, right?
It's a fun one.
All right, that's Adam Landry back there, in case y'all were wondering. And yeah, it's hard to follow that up with anything. I'm looking at all my songs; they're all depressing, which is why I wrote that song in the first place with John. Because my band, I started out as a solo kind of folk singer. I mean, I did. Let me tell you the progression. If y'all have a minute, let me just run things down here. So I started out playing in bars in Crystal Beach, Texas, for tips to a crowd that was like almost exclusively covers. I would do 4 hours a night and just songs. You know, it was everything from Skinner to Hank Jr. to Charlie Daniels to Bob Dylan to Christopherson to John Prine to Steve Miller to Tom Petty to Robert O'Keefe and Lyle Lovett and blah blah blah, whatever. Anything that I remembered growing up, Paul Simon, Kenny Rogers, Towns, I would play. And I would get tipped, you know, a few bucks or some drugs or an auto part or, you know, some fishing lures or whatever. And then I started getting to open for people in folk clubs, and I was doing my own songs, a lot of which were very sad and somber things. One of which I'm going to play for you now. This will allow me to. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I just saw. Okay. And for years, I just kind of did the folk club thing, and my songs were pretty sad, and that attracted like an older crowd, like mostly older guys, like 70 to 80-year-old men. That was my demographic, and it really hit a low point when I was over in England on tour one time, and we didn't see a woman at the show for like 2 weeks. Which is, in January in England, it's a rough place to be anyway. It's depressing. And then it's just all old men for that period of time, it's like, we just need to, you know, a little youth, a little life, a little estrogen. And anyway, the real rock bottom came when there was a guy on a walker, you know, with like the tennis balls. And it was a seated show, but for some reason he chose to stand right at the front of the stage with this walker. And it had a bell on it, and when I would finish a song, he would ring the bell, as like instead of applauding. And so he would ring the bell, but he would wait till everybody was finished clapping. So like people would be clapping, and then he would go ding 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 ding. Anyway, it just became too much for me. So that's when we formed the Ego Brothers and started writing songs about that, trying to like cop the hip-hop stuff where you're just confident and brag about yourself, because they seem to have a younger demographic than I did. Anyway, that's the long-winded story, but all right. But I'll play you one of those sad songs that I used to play to give you a sense of why my crowd was what it was. This would be A sharp, B flat, something like that. Well, I hide behind my guitar like a sparrow in the night, and just hoping I might fly away anew. 'Cause they'll love you when you're wrong, and then they'll leave you when you're right. Now tell me, baby, what's a boy to do? Well, I came to town a stranger, not knowing how to act. I figured I'd hang out and just get found. Made me some new friends that climb way up my back. They've been gone so long, they ain't coming down. You can kiss the sky good morning, you can say your prayers at night. I just so went out in your shoes. But it's the same old thing, broken hearts and busted strings. And I just can't run from those Arkansas blues. Well, time is playing tricks on me. It makes me think I'm moving fast. But I don't think I'm moving at all. And every stranger's face I see reminds me of the past. Yeah, they come on big and leave you feeling small. So I took to drinking liquor on the other side of town, way up in those woods beside the moon, where every graceful dream I had got lost without a sound. Yeah, I tell you what, I can't leave this place too soon. And it don't take no rhyme or reason, it don't make no sense at all. It's just one of those things that you don't choose, but it's the same old scene, borrowed love and faded dreams. And I just can't run from those Arkansas blues. Well, everybody's asking questions about whose side are you on. Yeah, and I don't see how it matters much to me. And all these midnight celebrations that are ended by the dawn, well, they leave you feeling low as you can be. So I'm leaving town this morning, I'm gonna lighten up my load and see if I can't lose what I have found. And it's one drink for the memories and one kiss for the road. Oh, look out, I believe I'm Texas bound. California, Oklahoma, Arizona, Tennessee, I've been all around this land to pay my dues. High, low, and right behind me, wherever I go they find me. And I just can't run from those Arkansas blues. And I just can't run from those Arkansas blues. All right, Arkansas Blues. Okay, everybody, we have a third winner. Thank you for sharing the show. Again, I really appreciate it. It means the world that you're here. Period. But helping me kind of promote this little experiment goes a long way. I don't really know how to do it. I'm not good at the social media stuff, and so really the only way I know to like get this out there is to just do it, and then hope enough people talk about it or share it with their friends that we can keep going. And so far, for 40 weeks, we have been able to keep going. 41 weeks actually, which is just amazing. What a blessing. And I just feel so fortunate. So thank you everybody very much. So what was I going to say? Oh, we had a third winner, and that winner is Diana Bowers. Diana, congratulations. And if you'll just let Callan know if you would like the vinyl or the CD, but this is the record, what it is. Okay, there we go. There's that. And yeah, so we're giving those away. And then I'm just gonna, you don't have to do anything for this, I'm just gonna ask Callan to pick 5 people, and we're gonna send you these little journals. So you don't have to do anything, I'm just gonna give this stuff away. So yeah. So she'll just, Callan, if you can, just pick people, let them know they've won, and or tell me and I'll tell them they've won, and we'll figure out how to get this stuff to you. So Okay, that's that. All right, let's have a drink and contemplate and think about what we're doing here. You know what? Maybe it's time for a little magic.
A little bit of magic.
Magic, take two. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I've got a less.
All right, that was Eli Carll, and in case you're wondering, he gets 0.25% of all the tips. So it's going to a good
You
cause.
increased it 0.25?
Yeah.
Nice.
And he'll actually be here next week. He's going to be here in Tennessee, and so we'll see him live and in person. Last time he just sat on that couch back there, did his homework, which was, you know, don't get that every day at a show. Before I go any further, I just want to say I've seen some people say that they haven't gotten their postcards or their set list. If you have any issue with that, if you've contributed money, first of all, if you use Venmo, make sure you leave your address and who you would like it made out to, so we can get it to you. PayPal does the address automatically. And if you haven't gotten it within 2 weeks, say, I get it mailed out within 2 days of the show, typically. But if you haven't gotten it within 2 weeks, Hayes Carll, mgmt@gmail.com is the email address. And just shoot us an email address, and we'll get to the bottom of it. And if you don't receive it, we'll just send you another one. And I just want to make sure everybody gets their stuff, and yeah, so and you know, and I know for a lot of y'all times are hard, so I'm sorry, I hope I'm not making anybody feel bad about if they can't contribute, and that's what those notebooks ideally are for. You know, if there's folks that just don't have anything to give, I'm just again very grateful that you're here at all. So yeah, all right. Down. I'm gonna do a song here, and this is just real vibey,
cool
background, kind of like pedal steely type stuff.
Yeah. Get a little flute.
The leaves on that ancient old oak tree are starting to turn the same shade as the flames of this fire that I'm watching burn. There's an unfinished crossword resting on the arm of this chair, and for the life of me I can't recall if I'm the one who left it there. It feels so familiar as I watch you walk in the room, and at first I don't recognize you, but then I damn sure recognize that perfume. And you kneel down beside me and gently take hold of my hand. I say, baby, I'm scared and I'm not sure I know who I am. And can you help me remember who it is that I used to be? And Can you tell me the story of my family, my hopes and my dreams? And did I try to stand for something, or what I always fold? Did I do things when I was young to be proud of when I was old? Was our house on fire, or was I just a slow burning ember? Could you please help me remember? This ring on my finger is golden but faded and worn, like it was forged in the fires of love and has weathered the storm. And I try to make sense of these old photographs on the wall, but they're just faces and places from someone that I can't recall. Can you help me remember? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I know there's a story, but it's getting harder to find. And did I protect my children? Stand up for my friends? How much damage did I do? Did I ever make amends? Did I try to make a difference, or just not give a damn? And was I a believer in God and all His plans? Did I light up your life like a full moonlit night in December? Could you please help me remember? I need you to help me remember. All right. That's a hard one, but I'm really proud of that song. It's one I wrote with Josh Morningstar, who I just listened to on Robert Earl Keen's podcast. He performed his version of that song on Robert Earl Keen's podcast, which I just listened to for the first time. And if you're into podcasts, I was on 2 of them this week. I was on Dave Cobb's podcast on Apple Music, which Dave's amazing producer, produces Jason Isbell and Sturgill Simpson and Chris Stapleton and Brandy Carlisle and 8,000 other people. He just did a Bee Gees record. He's having a really, really great decade. So we got to talk shop, talk music, which was a lot of fun. And then my buddy Joe Pug had me on his podcast, The Working Songwriter, for the second time. And it was nice. I was kind of embarrassed about my first episode years ago. So I was glad to get to do a second one, but we recorded it, I don't know, a month and a half ago. And then I got real paranoid that I had sucked again. And it was like really weighing on me. I was like just embarrassed. It's weird sometimes to... When I have a guitar in my hands, I feel okay. Like if I lose my thread or whatever, I can, well, here's a song. But when I'm just talking, as I mentioned earlier, sometimes I take a very circuitous route to get to where I'm going, and often don't end up where I'm going and forget where I'm going. I get lost along the way. I'm like, look at the flowers, and it doesn't make for great radio all the time or great listening. Side note: I remember the first time I did an interview with Ray Wiley Hubbard. He asked me a question, on the radio, and I nodded. And he just looked at me and he goes, "For those of you listening at home, Hayes just nodded in affirmative." So, anyway, but that aired. The Working Songwriter is an amazing podcast. Whether you listen to my episode or not, I actually recommend you skip my episode. It was more like therapy session than anything informative for a songwriter. But there's so many great interviews with songwriters on there. It just really is one of my favorite things. So That's that. All right, how we doing? Everybody okay out there? Let's see. Callan has sent me a message. Maybe she's got some info for me. All right. She says she reached out to all the winners in the comments section, so we gave away a bunch of journals and a bunch of records, and yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Callan. Okay, let's see. Let's play some tunes here. Let's do this one. When life goes wrong, it feels like too much pain. Surely broken hearts are gonna love again. Who cares if your world's a little worn around the seams? Just think about your favorite pair of faded blue jeans. On and on about things gone wrong. Cry to everyone with the same old song. Poor tortured souls trying to pay their dues. And life's no fun when dreams don't come true. Turn loose all the horses and watch them run. And take time to take in the setting sun. Throw back a keeper just to watch him swim. Forgive your enemies and love your friends. I looked down at a winding road. I needed rest and a place to go. I'm so tired of this running round, a flying high and a falling down. I'm gonna leave these blues behind for some other fool to find. He won't care and I don't mind. I can't lose what was not mine. Turn loose all the horses and watch them run. Take time to take in the setting sun. Throw back a keeper just to watch him swim. Forgive your enemies and love your friends. So turn loose all the horses and watch them run. And take time to take in the setting sun. Throw back a keeper just to watch him swim. Forgive your enemies and love your friends. Forgive your enemies and love your friends. Good advice, if I do say so.
Is that one of yours?
Well, kind of. Not really. Sort of. It's a weird story. My friend John Evans wrote most of that song. And I loved it. And I wanted to make it like this kind of anthemic, lighters in the air at the end of a concert. Everybody singing along. Song. And so when I was making my third record, I was just fooling around with it, just demoing it, and I kept using all these lines and all these different songs. So after all these years of running around and flying high and falling down, I'm gonna leave these blues behind for some other fool to find. Those lines show up in a couple other songs, and this music supervisor named Randall Poster found those demos and ended up using 4 of those songs in a movie, in a Country Strong movie. And so it's this, and they all have the same lines in them. All the songs in them have some version of those lines, and so it's interesting. So basically, I wrote one of the 2 verses in there, just because he got used to hearing it that way. And I was like, this other guy, my friend wrote this song, but I just kind of made up this little part here because I was just trying to expand on it because the verses were pretty quick. Anyway, but I love that chorus so much. So, all right. Tina, Noel has to go. Thank you, Tina, for being here. Let's see. Younger people love vinyl. My kid got a lot of mine, says Cindy Moon. Yeah. Young people do love vinyl, I guess. So they've been telling me. All right. Well, there's no. Yeah, I'm just kind of rambling. All right. Let's keep moving on here. Adam, let's do a song. I've never done this on my Alone Together Tuesday shows.
Cool.
And I haven't played it live, period, in a decade probably. It's one I wrote. It's on my Trouble in Mind record. And it's the most blatant attempt at ripping off an artist that I've ever done. And that's saying a lot, because I wear my influences on my sleeve. But this was me I'm a huge Dylan fan. And this was me trying to get as Dylan as I could. I need a drink before I attempt this one. Let's go. I might even take it down a key.
Take it down.
Take it down. Nice and low. So let's see here. We had Al Perkins come and play steel on this, and it was one of my musical highlights is watching him play this solo on here, and he did a note where everybody in the studio was like, ah, it was so just insane. Yeah. And we didn't even need it on the record. I didn't even need the song on the record. It's, lyrically it's just kind of gibberish, but I really, just that one solo, I wanted that to make the record, because it was such a cool lick. It wasn't even the solo, it was just this one little thing where you didn't think he'd go any further, and then he did, and it just it was amazing. So if you have my Trouble in Mind record, check out Lover Like You, and listen to the pedal steel solo. Let me crack my knuckles here because my fingers are getting stiff. All right, let's see if I can. G. You came a-raging at my front door. I said, hey, I'll never see you no more. You broke a window and you climbed on through. Oh, I could never be friends with a lover like you. You kissed the chef, he quit the band. Now you're walking around with a ring on your hand. You told me you needed it, I almost believed it was true. Oh, I could never be friends with a lover like you. The station's buzzing, this room is cold. I gotta get out of here before I get old. But I can't take the view. Oh, I could never be friends with a lover like you. My legs are shaking, I need some rest. If you got something, get it off of your chest. I came here for quiet, but I ended up in a zoo. Oh, I could never be friends with a lover like you. You stole my pictures, you changed your face. I don't know how I ended up in this place. If I had me a lawyer, I think I'd probably sue. 'Cause I could never be friends with a lover like you. Called me before the show. He said there's some things I needed to know. I'm getting out of here. Oh, what else can I do? Oh, I could never be friends with a lover like you. Oh, I could never be friends with a lover like you. I don't know how to end that. That was fun, wrong key, but it was F, right?
F.
Yeah, sorry, I told you G.
It's all good.
But that's probably where it needed to be for me. Anyway, that was fun. I haven't done that in a long time. I'm a little embarrassed about that song just because it's, like I said, it's such a blatant ripoff.
Highway 61, right up, driving right down Highway 61.
Yeah.
It's good.
But it's fun, and there's a line in here, you kissed the chef, he quit the band. I had a bass player, one of my favorite people, named John Michael Chef, and he was in the band at the time that I did this. I always thought that was just a little inside joke for myself. All right, how we doing, everybody? Okay, all right. Let's see, what are we gonna do here? I know what I want to end with, but we're not there just yet. You know what, Adam? Let's do a song we wrote together.
Cool.
This is Different Boats.
Oh, God, yeah.
You and I wrote this with Allison, who is not going to join us tonight, but she's saving it for next week.
And do C?
Yeah, no, I think it was in D.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Or somewhere between like C sharp and let's try D.
That's it.
Okay, that's it. All right, so this is a song that also is on Patreon only, and Adam produced this one as well. It was the week Chuck Berry died, and at the end of the track, he does a little Chuck Berry riff. It's a cool thing. But anyway, let's see. I may screw this up because we haven't played it in a long time, but we'll see. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. You got to be very careful here. That was repeating the magic trick. Let's see. Your boat and I row mine. We'll both get there in our own sweet time, in our own sweet time, our own sweet time. Some stay in the shallow, some get in the deep, Some are slow and lazy, others up a creek, others up a creek. You know what that means. We all get what we're given and hope that it floats. Everybody's on the river, we're just taking different boats. He drinks liquor, she loves the law. Some hear the music, some jump overboard. They jump overboard. They jump overboard. Hearthstone's raging out in the west. Some never get lucky, some might have been born blessed. Might have been born blessed. It's hard to say, I guess. Yeah, we all get what we're given. We hope that it floats. Everybody's on the river, we're just taking different boats. Water is smooth, water is rough. You hang on tight and you hang on tough. It don't matter what will be, and be, and be. We're all headed to the same sea. I'll roll mine. We both will get there in our own sweet time, in our own sweet time, our own sweet time. Yeah, we all get what we're given and hope that it flows. Everybody's on the river just a-taking a different boat. We all get what we're given. We hope that it floats. Everybody's on the river just a-taking a different boat. All right. I just saw a comment here that said he's an amazing guitarist. And I thought, how sweet. And then it says, Landry, I mean.
It's certain avenues. In certain avenues.
That's okay. You are an amazing guitarist, Adam, and I know that I'm not an amazing guitarist, but you know, I still get excited sometimes when I think people are mistaken.
Man, no one ever gives you the chance to fly, man.
Yeah, you know.
I think we need to. Let's do one where you fly.
Where I fly?
Yeah,
I don't
man.
really have anywhere I fly. I don't know anything.
You fly high.
I just started taking lessons from my friend Robert Ellis.
He's a sick player.
He's a great guitar player. But yeah, all he's taught me so far is my major scale. So here's my That's it.
That's all
I'm
you
ready to
do?
rock.
Just add a few blue notes in there, and you got yourself rock and roll.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure that out one of these days. But I'm 45. I figure it's not too late. And I love playing guitar. I just never really learned. So that's one of my goals before too much more time passes is to actually figure out how to play the instrument. And that may sound weird for those of y'all watching. Like, I obviously know how to play some stuff enough to have a career in music. But it's all, I just kind of am self-taught. And all I really know is just kind of, like, I had a Mel Bay songbook, and the one thing I learned was like rotating the bass line. So it was like that kind of thing, and then I just I just kind of.
Man, I gotta tell you, you are a much better guitar player than you give yourself credit for.
Well, thank you, Adam.
There's doing the wee-wah solo, and then there's keeping time and being the whole band, and you were that for many years, still are. So there's a whole different ballgame there.
Well, I appreciate it. I do. Let's see. All right, we got a couple more songs. It's getting a little late here, and my buddy Adam Carroll just started a show, which I don't want to take away from his audience. If you get a chance, definitely go check out Adam. But let's see. I've got. I feel like I've been playing some heavy stuff. We'll play something light, and then I got a couple somber ballads to take us out with, and then. Yeah, we'll try this here. Well, there's a girl downtown with freckles on her nose, pencils in her pockets, and a ketchup on her clothes. She's a real nice girl. She's pretty as a plate, and the boys call her Katie when they ask her on a date. And who knows, Katie, maybe you could be the one. Well, there's a boy outside, standing in the rain. Hands are in his pockets, he's wondering why he came. He's a real nice boy, he's slower than the fall, and the girls call him Billy, if they're calling him at all. And who knows, Billy, maybe you could be the one. Ah, but hearts don't fly, words they don't sing, and boys like you can't buy no ring. Love's not stuck, it just moves slow. You turn around a minute and away we go. Billy walked inside, he ordered up a drink. He started getting nervous and wondering what she'd think. She thought he looked nice, a little rough around the seams, but just the kind of boy who could listen to her dreams. And who knows, Katie, or maybe he could be the one. Hey! They took a little walk, and Katie held his hand, and Billy even talked. They sat down by the pond, they didn't make a sound. The night fell easy as the moon came down. And who knows, baby, maybe we could be the one. Ah, but hearts don't fly, words they don't sing, and boys like you can't buy no ring. Love's not stuck, it just moves slow. You turn around a minute sparkles on her nose, pencils in her pockets, and a ketchup on her clothes. She's a real nice girl. She's pretty as a plate, and the boys call her Katie when they ask her on a date. And who knows, Katie, or maybe you could be the one. Yeah, who knows, Katie, maybe you could be the one. Ah, who knows, baby, maybe we could be the one. All right.
It's a good one.
John Bird says, I'm waiting for Hayes to put out a kids album. Well, John, don't hold your breath. No, I appreciate that. It's funny. I have just a couple songs that like kids seem to really react to. That's one. Like kids love that song. Down the Road Tonight is the other one.
Wild Pointy Finger too.
Wild Pointy Finger? Yeah? Kids take that one? But that one, I've seen so many videos of little kids singing that song. It really tickles me because when I was writing this stuff, I did not envision like small children listening to it, and it's just funny what resonates with who. You know, you just hope anything resonates with anybody, but that's cool. Well, one more time for Adam Landry back here. He's really. I feel like I was adrift for a couple weeks there. And he's really come in and solidified the situation. And it's been a lot of fun playing with you.
It's been an incredible pleasure.
So let's see. Okay. Yeah, and then just one last time before we go. This week's postcard is the Andre Agassi. I love that because of the hair on the chest. I mean, the mullet is amazing. That's amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
It's really spectacular. We should just take a minute to appreciate that. But the hair on the chest... So I have no hair on my chest. That's why I'm admiring that. My uncle always told me, he said, you can't grow hair on steel. That's what he said.
That's right.
He didn't have a hair on his body. He was 6'3", 220 probably. And he didn't have a hair on his body. And but yeah, that's pretty amazing. And then we got the set list. This is from 6 weeks ago, but I'll tomorrow I'll drop a set list of tonight's show with all the songs, and I'll send that out to folks who send $30 or more in. And one more time for Eli doing his magic. I'm going to send a cut of this to him. And last but not least, a lot of this money goes to charity. So for the last couple months, we've been donating to Central Harvest Food Bank. Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Tennessee, which provides food for people in need here in Nashville and in Central Tennessee area. And it's amazing how far the money goes. Mm-hmm. I believe $1,000 buys 2,500 meals, if I've got that correct. I think basically $1 can buy 4 meals. So that would be, I've got my math wrong. So $1,000 would be 4,000 meals. And I think at this point we've contributed we bought almost 15,000 meals for folks. Y'all have. That's the Alone Together Tuesday family has provided that. I just redistribute it. I'm like a socialist government. I just take your money and then I give it to the greater good. So anyway, but it makes me feel really good, and I just feel so blessed and so lucky. I know so many people are having such a hard time during this. It's been a year now. That's insane, and a lot of people lost their jobs and have nothing to go on. And you know, technically, I was one of those people. I lost my ability to tour, but I've been able to do these shows, and it has kept us afloat. And so we're just very, very grateful. So I'm trying to pay it forward a little bit, but thank you, everybody. So, yeah, the Bernie Sanders of streaming. I like that. Let's see. Love all those books behind you. Oh, thank you. That's these are our music books. The real library's in the house. These are just books, basically biographies by musicians. Oh, you know what I was gonna do? I did this so on Patreon. Those that follow me know that I not only do I have music. Ow, Jesus.
You want a hand?
No, I get it, but I should have. How unrock and roll is that? I'm like, oh, sitting down, playing an acoustic guitar at 7:30 at night, and I'm like, oh, I hurt myself. Oh boy, yeah, it's pretty much close to the end, folks.
Just ignore it.
Pretty much close to the end. All right, hold on. Just stand up. It's not that hard. Okay. So, for those of y'all that follow me on Patreon, you know, not only do I release a song every month, a recording that's exclusive to my patrons, but I have, and I do a private, like a concert exclusive to them where I just answer questions mostly. But I have 3 series that I do. One is called Songs I Love, where I play songs that I love and explain why I love them. And this week's tune was Friend of the Devil. And then I have a series called What's Hayes Going On About, where I talk for up to 30 minutes about my own songs. I pick one song every episode. We've done 12 episodes so far. And I just talk about how I wrote it, what was behind it, how I recorded it, whatever might be interesting there. And then the third one is called Memorabilia Mondays, where I take a piece of memorabilia from my career and talk about it. Just something I think people might find interesting. So this week, what I did was took several pieces of memorabilia. These are laminates from festivals, concerts, different things. So I'm not going to do it all, but if you're interested, you can become a patron and get the whole thing. But like, here's the Americana Music Association laminate. Here's the Bristol Rhythm and Roots laminate. Here is Austin City Limits. Here's my burlesque show and sideshow freakout with Cord Blund and John Evans. What else we got? 38 Songwriters Festival. Bonnaroo, Cayamo. I know a lot of you folks are on Cayamo, have been on Cayamo. It's Music Cruise. What else? I got a Jason Isbell concert. All kinds of stuff. So anyway, I talked for like 20 minutes this week on Memorabilia Mondays, going through all these laminates and just telling us, you know, finding the ones that had some special meaning and were fun, and so that was cool. I didn't intend to go on that long about that on that episode or right now, but that's how I do. I talk a lot sometimes. Okay, God, I never know when it's too much. All right, let's wrap this up. I want to do a song that was not written by Todd Snyder, but he does an amazing version of it that I love. And yeah, I don't need that page. So we're gonna do this. So Todd is one of my all-time. Let's see, low tuning, cable first. Okay, we're gonna go this other guitar. Todd is one of my all-time favorite musicians and entertainers and artists and humans. He's just a really unique character that just has a really interesting way of looking at the world, and the talent and the discipline to craft that point of view. There's a lot of people that have an interesting take on the world, but it's a smaller percentage of people that can take that take and turn it into art or a point of view that they can share with the world. And Todd has done that, and I love it. I love it so much. So let's get tuned up here, and then we'll do this, and I just want to leave y'all with this message. that life is short, and let's make hay while the sun shines. Let's be good to each other, take care of ourselves, and enjoy it. Enjoy it while we got it. So, we'll send this out to Dale. Enjoy yourself. That sounds really hot. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. You work and work for years and years. You're always on the go. You never take a minute off, too busy making dough. Someday you say you'll have your fun when you're a millionaire. But how far will you travel in some old rocking chair? Oh, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Alright, you're gonna take that ocean trip no matter come what may. You've got your reservations, but you just can't get away. Next year for sure you'll see the world, you'll really get around. But how far can you travel when you're 6 feet underground? Oh, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Mr. Landry. Tuesday, family. You worry when the weather's cold. You worry when it's hot. You worry when you're doing well. You worry when you're not. It's worry, worry all the time. You don't know how to laugh. We'll think of something funny when we write your epitaph. Oh, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Oh, enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Everybody, I love y'all. Thank you. I hope you're doing okay. Take care of yourselves. We'll be back next week. The Magic Kid will be here with me. Yeah, I think we got a good postcard. Some folks asked about One-Eyed Willie. In case you didn't hear, he did good. He's recovering well from his surgery. And hold on.
Never know.
Does it look like? Yeah, it's not. Does it look like Agassiz? Okay, whatever. Let me. Sorry, I could have ended strong, but why? Why? Episode 40 is coming to an end. Let me figure out where's the video. I'm gonna play y'all out on. Okay. Everybody, thanks so much. One more time, Adam Landry. Thank you, Alone Together Tuesday family, for being here. Y'all take care. We'll see you next week. Adios. Times like these, everyone could use a hand. But we stand around fighting over memories of the promised land. It's so hard to tell if this is heaven or hell, and I can only measure by degrees. But it's sure getting warm around here in times like these. Times like these, do I really need a billionaire who gets off every morning trying to tell me how he's treated unfair? Then I have to pay as the rest of the day we get divided into them and the we's. Oh, I find I'm losing my mind in times like these. Yeah, they come and they go. They're here, then they're not. Every day I'm getting sick of losing something that I haven't got. I'm gonna try to run until the whole thing's done, and I just hope I don't end up on my knees. But Lord, it's getting harder to stand in times like these. Like these, I wish I had a place to hide. Instead of coming all together, we're just adding to the great divide. I hope and I pray nearly every day I can somehow get my troubles some ease. But I gotta say it ain't looking good, not in times like these. Yeah, they come and they go. They're cold and they're hot. I'm just trying to keep the world from changing me to something I'm not. Well, I want to do my labor, hold my girl and help my neighbor, have a little hope for my dreams. Is that too much to ask in times like these? Yeah, I just want to do my labor, help the world and love my neighbor while I keep it on my joie de vivre. But it sure feels hard, darling, in times like these. I could use just a little bit of help in times like these.